Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Phil. Phil is from England in the UK. So let's see what Phil has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Phil, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this afternoon for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's been quite busy. I've traveled home from uni today just for Father's Day. So just been on the run all day.
Oh, so what are you studying right now?
I'm studying acting for film.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about your course. What are you enjoying the most about it?
I think it's the practical side of acting because obviously when I get out, I want to become an actor. So it's
Mhm.
my primary focus. So it's all the practical sort of assessments and everything that we learn there. It's just the whole course is just brilliant.
Wow. That's amazing. And it's your first year or not?
Second year.
Second year. Wow. So tell me, what has been the highlight of your university for the last 2 years?
So I think probably starting SFX makeup.
Hmm.
I quite like doing like the fake cuts and fake injuries and everything. So that's probably been one of the biggest highlights of it. And the summer ball.
Tell me where you're from, Phil.
I'm from Dorking in Surrey.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was born and raised here. Um, yeah, just got a lot of countryside, so I've turned into a bit of a hiker.
I see.
Being living here.
So tell me something interesting about your town, your city.
Well, the only interesting thing really is it's famous for the cockerel that had 5 claws instead of four, I believe. It might be 4 claws instead of three, but it's famous for that. That's about the only interesting bit.
So why is that? What's that? Tell me, explain it a bit more in detail.
I think it is basically just a cockerel that was had a deformity on its leg.
I
So it's
see.
had 4 claws, and that's what the whole of Dorking is built off of. They've got it in the museum, like the what's the word when they stuff the animal, so you've got it
Right.
on display. Dermatologist or something.
I
Dermatology.
see. Amazing. Oh, wow. And how far are you from London?
About an hour on the train,
Oh,
so
so
not far at all.
it's not far at all. Oh, it's easy to get to London. Amazing. Okay,
But
Phil.
I'm
So
based in sorry.
sorry, no, carry on, carry on.
I'm based in Bognor at the minute for I'm at uni, so I just next to the beach do a lot of sea swimming.
Wow.
It's great fun.
How, how far are you from the beach?
About 20-minute walk.
Oh my God, so lucky. On those days like today, I think it's a great day to, have a exploring around the beach for sure.
Perfect, yeah, perfect weather.
Amazing. Okay, Phil, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Yep.
But before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I'd like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
So something that shocks everyone is that I have 8 siblings.
Big family.
um, and I'm adopted, so we're all adopted into different households, but we meet up at least once a year.
Oh my God, that's so interesting. Oh, wow. So you were born for the same mom and dad, but after you being adopted from different families.
Yeah, yeah. I Kilimanjaro at the age of 14. At the age of 13, I climbed Kilimanjaro with World Challenge. There's two interesting things about me.
Oh, wow. And you are the youngest, the oldest, in the middle?
I'm the youngest but the tallest.
That's great. Oh my God, that's amazing. And you meet, you have this monthly meet, you meet all together for
It's normally once a year because we all live so far apart. Like there's people up in Plymouth, there's people in Scotland. So we just try and meet up once a year at least.
I love that. I love the story. My God, it's amazing for you guys to still keep in touch, even though you are being raised in different families. However, the bond is still there. I think that's beautiful to hear. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Wow.
It wouldn't have been possible without our parents getting in contact. So the parents that adopted us, them getting all together, is what sort of made it happen. And now it's just a natural thing now.
I love it. Oh, wow, amazing. And usually those meetings, it's different places. You kind of try to always in the same place.
So I tend to go around and visit them quite a lot. So I fly up to Scotland to see my sister, and I will go to Plymouth to see my brother. But when we're all meeting together, it's normally sort of London area because it's
Right.
sort of like the central place. You can just all get there.
I love it. Oh my God, amazing. Phil, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of wonderful questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just first to relax before the first question, okay?
Brilliant.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Yep.
Amazing. First question is, what is a significant event that has changed you?
Well, that would be climbing Kilimanjaro, because it's seeing a different culture and how lucky we are where we are compared to what they like, how they live, some of them. And it's just I think it was a real eye opener. I could see the complete difference. Okay, so Mount Kilimanjaro is the tallest freestanding mountain in Africa, commonly called the Roof of Africa. And it's five. Sorry.
I understand. I see. So you're climbing there. That's why that event has changed you.
Yeah, I think it was more because we went for a month with World Challenge to Africa, and I think the one that changed me the most was building a classroom for a school before we climbed up Kilimanjaro.
That's amazing. Wow. And when was that?
That was back in 2015. So it was quite a while ago.
Wow. And why do you say that event has changed you? Why is that?
I think it's just seeing the whole culture difference, and how, like, here in England, a lot of us take things for granted. And it actually opens your eyes to make you think, actually, if I had like nothing, I could still be happy.
Totally. I think happiness is about simplicity. When you can find happiness, a lot of simplicity around us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, next question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
If I'm being honest, I don't think many of my friends are like taking every opportunity as it comes. I think they're sort of stuck in their sort of like comfort box. And like I try and do everything that I can. So I'm trying to live it to its full, but I still don't think I'm there yet.
Saying that, what's the biggest joy of being Phil? What do you like the most about being you?
I don't, well, there's a few things. I like being me because I like to just be myself around people that I'm comfortable with. But I also like the fact that if someone tells me that I can't do something, I'm very headstrong. So I'm like, you know what? Watch me. So I think that's my favorite thing is that I do what I want to do when I want to do it, without people telling me not to.
And you've always been this way?
Not always. No. I sort of it started after school because I was bullied the whole way through school. So it's sort of like that's when I was like, they're telling me I can't do something, I'm not going to do it. But then I realized later on in life after that it doesn't matter what other people tell you can do. You can just do it.
Totally. Did you like school growing up? Besides the let's say the difficult time?
I mean, there was bits that I enjoyed, but I don't think I really appreciated it while I was there. Because
Hmm.
now I'm always telling myself I wish I could just go back, and just change how I um, listened and everything.
Who was your favorite teacher at the time?
Ooh, um, I think trying to think. There was so many teachers. I can't actually remember the names. Oh yes, Mr. Luff. Mr. Luff. He was my geography teacher, and he was just a brilliant person. Like he was so nice, and just you just felt quite calm in his classes.
Wow, amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. You like dancing?
I'm not a massive fan of dancing because I know I can't dance. Uh, um, but yeah, I can't say that I've really gone out and done that, done much dancing. I think I'd like to try it, but at some point.
I think dancing, there's no rules. Dancing is just about feel like close your eyes and just move yourself with the music. That's it. That's the only rule, I think.
I mean,
Next
I
question.
prefer singing.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And through your course, do you kind of have the opportunity to sing as well, or more of acting only?
It's mainly focused on acting in front of a camera, so there's not really much singing. There is an option to do a spotlight skill for singing, but I chose to do the special effects option.
Uh-huh.
So learning how to do the fake cuts and everything.
Wow. Tell me, when was the moment in your life that you thought, okay, I was born to be an actor? That was a moment, or just through your life you kind of realized that?
So throughout my sort of like school life, I like to do the school plays, but I was quite nervous and I wasn't confident in myself. Um, so I would only go, can I have the smallest part? Um, but shortly after college, like quite far ahead, but like shortly after college is when I realized that actually I enjoy it. So I am going to try and do it. And the moment I realized I should do it it was about 3 years ago. I did my first feature film.
Wow.
Not like a big one, it was a low budget one. It's still in post production at the minute. But that's when I realized I feel like I'm meant to be here. So it's quite a recent, I'd say, recent realization.
I see. All right. Next question is, talk about music. What's the soundtrack of your life and why?
Soundtrack of my life. I I like a lot of sort of like the darker sort of music. I don't know why, but I do. And I would say again, it's quite recent, but "To Be a Man" by Dax, I believe it is. That's one of my sort of like songs that helps me throughout everything.
And why is that? Why do you think you have this connection with this music?
So I have anxiety and I can be down quite a lot. And I think it is because like there is options out there, but men don't really have many people to talk to, and I've always kept it down inside and everything. But I think it just like it looks into how it feels to be a man. And I think that's just what sort of like goes through my mind. I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to listen to.
Amazing. It's interesting saying that because, being a man, we've been raised in a society that we need to be strong. We cannot show emotions. We cannot cry. We cannot be vulnerable. And actually, we can be all of that. And being all of, this I just mentioned right now, being all of these vulnerable, crying easily, asking for help, or sharing your emotions is a big sign of being strong. That's how I see. And
Yeah,
understand your point. So, you know what I mean? I think
yeah, no,
I
I know what you mean.
understand that
Yeah,
totally. And nowadays, with social media and people sharing more and more, talking about mental health, talking about crying or showing emotions, I think it's open a lot of more of people's eyes and understanding as well. But I still think that's a long way to go because we've been raised in this way of, to be this way. But I
Yeah,
think, for example, just you talking about now, it's about releasing, it's being free. You know what I mean? Because before in the
yeah,
past, they felt even ashamed to say that. And I think just mention and open up and talking about it's about recognizing and knowing that we are vulnerable. And it's not wrong with that. I think it's just a normal place to be.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. There you go. You can dance. Right. Next question is, oops. Okay. Who in your family you trade place with and why? For the day, if you could, for any reason.
I mean, I would probably say my sister in Scotland, because she's sort of like got a family, she's settled down, and it's just like she's doing all the stuff that she wants to do, and I would say that's probably who I would if I had the power to, I would
Wow.
change.
Oh, wow. And do you think that's nowadays in your life? She's one of the closest persons in your life right now?
Yeah, so two of my sisters are the closest ones to me. But yeah, I think the one in Scotland is like one that I will always talk to and everything. But I also talk to my other sister who was adopted into this family. Um, so yeah, and she's been brilliant, especially when I've had my low days, ups and downs, and she's brilliant at helping. But yeah.
It's beautiful. Okay, so your sister in Scotland, she's watched this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching.
Um, that's a good one. Uh, I mean, you're doing amazing. Keep going.
Sweet, very sweet. Send my regards to her, okay?
Will do.
Next question, let's do it. Okay, so before the next question, let's do a game right now. Let's pretend that you're gonna one day you're gonna have the biggest budget in your hands, and you can put together a movie or a scene or a play that you can choose. You're gonna be part of it as well. Yeah, you're gonna be one of the characters, and you can choose
Yeah.
anyone in the world to play your mom, anyone in the world to play your dad, any other to play your romantic partner, and also you can get anyone, any director or movie makers, anyone in the world to put all together. So tell me those names.
Tom Hanks for the dad. To the mum, I think. Oh, I've forgotten her name, but the professor. Oh, I've forgotten her name completely. In Harry Potter, the Scottish professor. I can't think what her name is. Um, to be the romantic
She's a,
partner.
she's a Scottish actress.
Yeah, Professor McGonagall. I don't know her actual actor's name, but Professor McGonagall.
Okay,
McGonagall.
all right.
um, romantic partner. Uh, I'll be honest. I can't think of any female actors at the minute. What was the last one? Sorry.
The director, like the biggest boss to get all together, the biggest director one.
Um, See, this is where I struggle because I don't know like directors' names. Um, but I think whoever it was that directed Harry Potter, I think I'd want to direct the big film.
Wow, I can see that you're a big Harry Potter fan.
Yes, yeah, yeah, 100%.
Amazing. Okay, next question is, what three things are you most grateful for?
What three things am I most grateful for? Family, um, my confidence to follow my dreams and do what I love, um, and I'd say my strength in tough times.
Wow. What's the meaning of life for you, Phil?
Meaning of life. Uh, you only go around once. So do what you want to do. Don't let anyone stop you. The sky's the limit. Even then you can go further. That's how I see life. That's the meaning of life for me.
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
Um, I mean, I would definitely say the bullying taught me a lesson to sort of not let anyone um, treat me differently, and to not, if I see anyone getting bullied, to like stop it. And I think, yeah, I think that taught me the lesson of how to be strong and how to sort of like let nasty comments or something or physicality go through one ear and out the other, and just move on. Be like, is there anything else? Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's so interesting that, growing up, when you go through those situations that at the time is really hard and difficult because you don't understand, you don't have support, you don't know how to deal with. However, when you look back, you go like, I'm thankful for that moment.
Yeah,
That's how we feel strong and feel a better person for sure. Yes.
yeah, 100%.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, Phil from England. Right, next question is, if you could stay any age for the rest of your life, what age that would be and why?
Ooh, uh, I think probably 25.
Why is that?
25 because you're you're not too young and you've had a bit of life experience, and it's sort of like you're in a good physical state, and you can do pretty much anything, whereas as you get older, ability to do a lot of things can get a lot less. So I think 25 is a good age. Just like stay 25. You can still be young. You can still get like know what's to come in the future. Yeah, I think that's the happiest time.
And aging for you, it's something that bothers you or you just see as a matter of life?
I just see it as a matter of life. It's like you come into the world, you grow up, learn as much as you can, and then because like it just depends. Like you could be the fittest person, but then all of a sudden something just goes wrong. So yeah, it's just life, isn't it? It's the life cycle.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Right, next question is, what's the worst thing someone can say on a first date?
Worst things I always say on the first date. Ooh, uh, I guess I want you for your money. That's probably the worst thing.
And how for you to connect with someone, when you are, like trying to connect with someone, you are on the date scene, what's something that, you look in a person? There's something about that gets your attraction when you see someone?
So it's personality. I don't go for looks or anything like that. It's personality. If I click with their personality and they like similar stuff to me, then I think you're pretty much good.
Oh, they look into your, when you look at at one point, I could see the color of your eyes. Sometimes they kind of make compliments regarding your eyes.
I mean, I do get a lot of compliments regarding my eyes and and my height.
How tall are you?
6'5".
You're quite tall. You're quite tall for sure.
Yeah.
I think they want to be cuddled by you, like protected. Like this big man is gonna protect me forever.
Yeah. I've been told I'm a good hugger.
There we go. There we go. Last question. Ready?
Yeah.
Do it. Last one. Before the last question, you mentioned during the interview about your experience about being bullied, yeah, at the time growing up. My question for you is: have you forgiven those people?
I've forgiven some of them. Some of them, and some of them. Well, I mean, I've probably forgiven all of them, but I wouldn't want to meet up with them.
Of
There
course,
is one specific person that we had our disagreements, but it wasn't that deep. So I think I plan to meet up with him for a coffee at some point and put all that
amazing.
behind us and move on.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And the other part of the question is, if you had a superpower of erasing that time of your life, would you do it or would you keep it, knowing the person you are today?
No, 100% no. No, I wouldn't. I'd keep it because it's who I am today.
Perfect. Amazing. Okay, last question is, what has been the lowest point of your life?
So I don't want to go into too much detail, but
Of course.
2020 was the lowest part of my life. So like events happened, and I think that's what triggered my anxiety and the low state of mind occasionally. So I think 2020 is probably the lowest point.
Yeah,
Probably
I
didn't
can
help
tell.
that COVID was around as well.
Yeah, I can tell you the same as well, Phil. I think at the time, I felt really one of the lowest point for me as well, because not knowing, it was a bit scary because nobody knew what was happening. We'd never been through something like that. I was alone at the time as well, so it was a bit tricky for me as well. But I think there was always a positive side. For example, this show started during the time. That's when I had the time
Yeah.
to to discover something myself that was here. And now I feel the happiest when I'm here doing the show. Of the question, what has been the happiest point of your life so far when you think about?
I think probably saying like all the people that told me I couldn't be an actor or make it in the acting industry. I think that was in what year is it? 2023, I believe. I had a mind wave that was just like, all right, I'm going to prove them all wrong. I'm going to go and do it now. Because I was letting what they'd said. Once they said it to me back in like school and stuff like that, I let it get to me and I let it be like, oh yeah, they've told me I can't, so I can't. But then I just came in 2023 and I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. No one's stopping me.
Amazing, beautiful. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay. One word for money.
Cash. Sorry.
That's
Cash,
okay.
yeah.
Not right or wrong. One word for fear.
Clowns.
Family.
Nephews and niece.
Okay. Life.
Tough.
Love.
Time. I think time was the first one that came to my mind.
Okay. Religion.
For yourself,
Okay. Friendship.
respect.
Sex.
I had a mind blank then. Different.
Okay. Politics.
Not interesting. And
Okay.
that's one word, sorry.
That's okay, not a problem. One word for desire.
Want.
Regret.
Move. Move on.
Success.
Hard work.
Wish.
Dreams.
Happiness.
Friends.
And the last one now, one word for acting.
Passion.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your sister in Scotland, the one you mentioned, for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Phil in one positive and one negative word only. What should say about you?
Strong-willed for the positive. And negative, I'd probably go with busy.
Okay. Busy man, yeah?
Yeah, I do quite a few things.
I think it's good to be busy. I think it gets your mind, busy, and it's great. It keeps you productive. Somehow as well, sometimes you need to slow down and put the balance as well, because if you get too busy, you can burn out, and that's not a good place to be.
Yeah. I mean, I have 5 different roles when I'm not
Wow.
at uni.
Wow, that's a lot. Let's play now, Phil, and the magic box. You can ask me a question, but before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. Okay, but before you asking the question, as you mentioned in the beginning of the interview that you like singing as well, tell me who is your favorite artist, singer of all time?
I would say Youngblood.
Why is that?
It's just like I think it's his whole personality, and in his music, he really brings out life struggles. And he really makes a point that there are people there for you. And I think it's a lot to do with his personality as well. The fact that he cares about each and every one of his fans, and he will stop and take time out of his busy schedule to actually talk. And I saw a video the other day of him opening someone's pocket Polly or something, or whatever it is. And something as little as that could like really change someone's life. I've got one more thing. Sorry, I know I'm rambling a bit. But yeah, I think one thing that hit me from him is he had one of his fans that said to him, like, was crying and everything, said, "You saved me." And he turned around and said to her, "No, you saved yourself. The music was a background."
Wow, I
And
like
that
that.
hit me quite hard. I was like, yeah.
Wow, amazing. Okay, Phil, you can ask me a question now.
So my question was, when you were like just coming out of school, and everything, did you have any idea what you wanted to do in life?
Wow, great question, great question. When I was 19-year-old, when I finished high school, when I was 18, my dream was to be a lawyer. Yeah. And actually, I had the grades to go to law school. However, this is back in Brazil. However, the only place I could go was a private university. And at the time, my parents, they couldn't afford to help me to go to university. That was the right time when I had the opportunity to come to Europe, to Portugal. So growing up, I want to be a lawyer. That's I think it was an influence of my teachers, because I always loved Portuguese literature. So I was very into those topics, subjects, and they were, oh, you're gonna be a good lawyer, you're gonna be a good lawyer. However, I'm gonna share a fun fact with you. When I was I think I was 6 or 7 year old, I was at school, and my teacher, she gave us questionnaire, like with several questions about ourselves, about ourselves overall. And there was a question there that was saying, what would you like to be when you grow up? Guess what was my answer?
I want to say football or singer, footballer or singer.
Close. I just wrote Michael Jackson. Next day,
Okay.
So next day the day before, she collects all the the answers from everyone, and I think when she got home, she was looking at the questions, the answers. So next day she called me her desk. She said, "William, did you understand this question?" And I was like, "Yes, I understood." And she said, "Why did you write Michael Jackson?" I said, "Because I would love to be Michael Jackson when I grow up." And she said, "But Michael Jackson is not a profession." And I said to her, "I know, but I want to be Michael Jackson when I grow up." So it's I don't have like whole memories. I have this vague memory of getting back home, and my mom, she was talking about the same topic as well. So I think that's she contacted my mom to for my mom to try to explain to me, because I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to say that that I didn't want to change my answer for that question. And I think I remember my mom telling me that I could be a singer, I could be a dancer, I could be a performer, but I couldn't be Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson was a person. But so I just have this vague memory, of talking to my mom and this, but I don't remember the whole thing. But back to your question, yes, growing up, like because of the teachers, they were telling me that I could be a good lawyer. So that was my the what I wanted to follow to kind of as a career, because I put that in my mind and I was like, oh, okay, I can be a good lawyer. But nowadays, if you choose me, if I would go to university right now, I would do psychologist. I think I would be a therapist psychologist, because it's something that it's knowing the person I am right now. I think I would love to, and I think what the show is about that as well. I think what I do here in the show, it's something very similar. So it's something connected with that. So yeah, that's my answer for you.
Nice. No, that's lovely. That's a really nice answer. I always
Yeah,
find it interesting finding out what people wanted to be back when they're at school. It's just I think it's one of those questions that people want to ask, but they don't feel right asking.
that's totally. And I'll tell you something as well. Phil. Growing up, I was part of the plays at school. I was performing. I was always dancing with there was always this acting classes, and I was always involved as well. I loved the acting. I loved it. All the be an artist. I loved like singing as well. I don't have a voice for it. However, I remember like I was singing the choir in the church. I was I was doing acting every year. I was part of the acting school as well. So it was there already. I love being this scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but if I need to follow like a career at the time, because my teachers, they put this in my head. Even a even a volleyball player I wanted to be, because I was playing volleyball for years. So that's I wanted to be as well. So yes, all of that.
Yeah.
I did in my mind. Did you enjoy the
Yeah.
interview?
I did, yes. No, it was good. It was good. I was really nervous at the start, but then it's just like completely lightens the mood, and it's just nice. It's nice to actually talk to someone that you don't know, and just yeah, have a nice chat.
Totally. I could see that you're a bit nervous, and after you just relax and you're dance with me for the interview. That's amazing. Love it. Before you go, Phil, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
So, can I do two?
Sure, absolutely.
Is that all right?
Just because,
So
just because you have beautiful eyes, because you are tall as well. Just because of that.
so the first one is take every opportunity because it may not come back around again. And the second one that I live by very strongly is be who you want to be, not what anyone else wants you to be.
Absolutely. And that's the power when you are yourself. You are the only one. You are unique. You are so embrace it. That's the best part of it, for sure. Amazing.
Yeah. I was trying to work out how to merge them together to make it one, but it didn't work.
No, I love it. I love it. Thanks again. Thanks. And when you see your siblings for the next reunion meeting, say hello to all of them. I think it's amazing. I love this story. I love the fact that somehow life you're still all connected, and you take the time at least once a year to get all together. I love that. For me was
Yeah.
amazing. Thanks again, and regards to your family and friends, and you keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure.
Thank you. You too. You too.
Take care. Bye bye. Take care.
See you. Bye. You too.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.